Unit 1, the 19th Century. Introduction. While this course focuses on the 20th century, we must address how we got there. Thus, a discussion of the 19th century, a century of change. Countries that were primarily agricultural and rural societies in 1750 had become industrial and urban societies by 1900. People enjoyed more material goods, more mobility, more leisure time, and mass education. What brought about this change in a Western society? A prime candidate is the Industrial Revolution, which is the first part of this discussion. The Industrial Revolution spawned new ideas in politics, economics, the arts, and the sciences. The second part of this discussion is our first tour around the world, looking at areas affected by the Industrial Revolution in the 19th century. The third and last part of this discussion will look at the discord caused by the Industrial Revolution on the arts and sciences. The Industrial Revolution in Great Britain. So why did the Industrial Revolution occur in Great Britain, or the United Kingdom, first? Some historians point to the Protestant work ethic that compelled Brits to take risks and believe that wealth here on earth was evidence of wealth in heaven. This is Calvin's theory of predetermination. Others point out our improvements in agriculture, population growth that provided available labor, an abundance of mineral resources such as coal and iron ore, and technological advances that promoted Great Britain's rise to the top. Yet the United States had all these things as well, and yet were not the first to industrialize. Great Britain had three advantages over the United States that allowed them to be first: a viable economic system, size, and focus. First, Great Britain's economic system was centered on a central bank, the Bank of England, which allowed for well-developed, flexible credit facilities. By contrast, the United States rejected both of its central banks and had little control over its monetary system in the 19th century. Second, Great Britain was a relatively small country compared to the United States, and the relative short distance between the factory and the market made it easier to maximize investors' profits by reducing transportation costs. In this way, factory owners took advantage of Great Britain's geography, its extensive river network. The advent of canals and railroads only exported this advantage. Finally, Great Britain was focused. It was not preoccupied with the internal struggles of African slavery, having banned it in 1834, and land settlement, and created a world empire to solve this problem. But that is Unit 2. No matter how they got there, Great Britain was the first nation to industrialize.